This meditation is not therapy, and I am not a doctor or a psychologist. I am a poet and guide, offering words to comfort and restore. If you're in crisis or feeling unsafe, please reach out to a trusted friend, counsellor, or professional. This is a space of gentleness. Take what serves you and let the rest go. Find a quiet place where you feel safe. Let your body soften and let your breath find its own rhythm. Know that you are free to pause or stop at any time. With each inhale, invite stillness in. With each exhale, allow a little of the weight you've carried to ease. The letter. To the one who carries too much, who learned silence before language, who learned to smile while drowning. I see you. They left you not just alone, but lonely. A kind of ache that no noise fills. You sat beside your own shadow for years, wondering what you did wrong. Why love was a maze. Why every hug came with a hesitation. You were marked not by what was done, but by what was denied. The smile that never reached their eyes, the warmth withheld, the questions you were too afraid to ask again. You tried to speak once, didn't you? And they said, "You're too sensitive. You're overreacting." That never happened. So you became the storm in the room, not by being broken, but by being awake. You weren't the problem. You were the mirror. So you learn to shrink, to stay quiet, to hold truth like a sharp stone beneath the tongue. You poured your love into others while your own cup cracked. You gave not because you had, but because you understood. And still, you showed up. You trusted when trust had betrayed you. You raised a light even when the darkness called itself home. You built a new world from scratch, from grit, from goodness knows what. A home for others. A garden where your sorrow now blooms as beauty. A nest for your children, for your art, and for your soul to finally rest. You are not bitter. You are boundaried. You are not hard. You are holy. You didn't pass pain down. You transformed it into art, into tenderness, into wisdom. You have made peace a practice and softness your revolution. And so together now we light the sacred flames, one by one. The flame of enoughness. I am not too much. I am not too little. I am enough exactly as I am. This flame reminds you, you do not need to shrink or stretch for love. You burn steady, whole, without apology. And when doubt tries to smother you, this fire says, I exist, and that is miracle enough. The survivor's flame. I honor the child in me who survived, who kept breathing, who kept believing. This flame is the candle you kept alive in the storm, fragile, flickering, yet unextinguished. With every breath it whispers, you made it here, and here you rise again. The flame of wisdom. My softness is not weakness, it is wisdom. This flame glows warm, not harsh. It knows that tenderness can disarm cruelty, and compassion can rebuild what anger destroys. Its glow is steady, teaching you that gentleness is a strategy, not a surrender. The flame of worthiness. What was withheld from me does not define what I am worthy of now. In place of absence, this flame brings presence. Where there was coldness, now there is warmth. Where there was silence, now there is song. Where there was neglect, now there is nourishment. This fire crackles with a promise. I will not starve where love is abundant. The flame of release. I choose to release shame that never belonged to me. This flame lifts the false weight from your shoulders. Its light frees you, reminding the story of others is not the truth of me. The flame of wholeness. Love flows through me, not broken, but whole. This flame is not fragmented. It moves like a river of light, carrying both your scars and your strengths, uniting them as one. Each glow reminds you nothing was wasted. Even the cracks became conduits for love. The flame of boundaries. Every boundary I set is an act of self-love, not betrayal. This flame is the circle around your sacred fire. It protects what is precious and allows only warmth to be shared. It teaches you to say no, is to keep my dearest yes alive, the flame of rest. I am safe to rest. I am safe to receive. The flame is the half after the battle, a place to lay down your armour, to be held by quiet, to know that surrender is holy. It hums softly. Even the strongest fires need tending. Even the warrior deserves sleep. The flame of voice. My voice is sacred. My story is strong. My presence is enough. This flame is the beacon. It calls ships home from the dark, declaring, I am here. I matter. I remain. Each spark sings. My truth will not be silenced. My flame will not go out. And now, dear soul, if it feels safe for you, I invite you to imagine yourself as a child. Not to relive the pain, not to stay in the story, but simply to meet them with kindness. See them there, perhaps sitting in a quiet corner, perhaps standing in the shadows, perhaps with eyes lowered, carrying more than any child should have carried. Notice how small their shoulders are and how heavy the weight. Notice the silence they learn to keep, the questions they tucked away, and know this: they did nothing wrong. Now picture yourself as you are today, older, wiser, softer. Walk gently towards that child. Take your time. There is no rush. When you arrive, kneel down. Let your eyes meet theirs. And if it feels right, place your hand on their small shoulder. Not to push, not to correct, only to comfort. And say these words, or let my voice say them for you. You are not to blame. You never were. You survived something no child should have had to carry. I see your pain. I see your courage. And I love you, just as you are. And if you feel ready, let this truth be spoken as well. What was done to you was never yours to carry. It came from unhealed wounds, inadequacies, their own broken way of loving. They may have called it love, but it was love. They never learned to give. You received what they could not yet heal in themselves, but it was never a reflection of your worth. It was not your fault. It is not yours to hold anymore. If forgiveness feels possible, let it be a quiet release, not to excuse, not to forget, but to set yourself free. And if forgiveness feels too soon, know this: peace is still your birthright. And as you prepare to return to your day, know that the child you met is still with you, not as a burden, but as a beloved and beloved person. You are the safe place they always needed. You are the kindness they always deserved. And on the days when your flame flickers, when you forget how far you've come, repeat these words like a prayer for your soul. I am loved, not because I perform, not because I pretend, but because my very being is worthy of love. Love finds me in silence, in sorrow, and in joy. Love is not lost on me. It lives within me. I am safe, safe to rest, safe to trust, safe to take up space in this world. I am no longer at the mercy of what was done to me. Safety is not something I chase. It's something I claim. I am whole, even with my scars, even with my story. I am not broken. Every piece of me belongs. I am not a puzzle, missing parts. I am a tapestry, woven of strength and softness together. I am home, home in my breath, home in my body, home in my soul. I am not searching for a place to belong. I am my own sanctuary. I carry home within me wherever I go. Take a final breath here. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes carrying these truths with you. Thank you for being here. Every word I share is offered as a small light to help you remember your own. This is Words That Heal. Come back anytime your soul needs stillness, the peace of quiet contemplation, or the soft, calming truths that nature imparts. With love, Deb.